Hey guys, it's Jamie here and I'm going to show you another page decoration using old photographs or reproductions of them, some book pages, coffee stain paper and the jelly prints I made yesterday's video. I also have some sayings from Emma's free Etsy in the Facebook group and her numbers kit. Unfortunately, during filming I thought I was recording one of these and I wasn't. It was this one. So there's actually only 4 designs that I go through. For the pages or the page decorations, I've actually got, as it would be in an A5 journal page, roughly A5. And I want the journal page to have text around here. And I will be using glue stick and the aqua liquid mono glue, and if necessary, the silicone Fabri-Tac glue. Then I'm going to take some scraps and I will build up from the picture that I want to use. With this picture, I might outline that in black and even paint over a bit of black gesso to give it a background and then go into the colour. Sometimes I'll outline this with the vintage photo. I think this will pop a little bit more if I take some black gesso and just put that background down, put that against there. You might even want to tear this more. I have torn it, but I've torn it with a straight edge ruler. More torn, let's try it. So now we have a bit more of a torn look. Having torn this down, this is actually quite a large area to get a contrast print. This one, I'm now tearing everything, of course. We have a white edge which I don't necessarily want, so I will get my vintage photo. I might leave that to one side and start again with a bigger photo, so that when it's torn down, it fits this black box more. I think I'm still going to end up tearing this down because that's quite a large amount. I'm starting to get something that I'm interested in doing. I'd like to take a bit more of this print and I'm tearing it towards me, which reveals the white core. Getting the vintage photo over that. The advantage of doing the jelly prints is that you are going to end up with unique backgrounds. A bit of the orange. You can see how it's beginning to look like there are bits of old wallpaper behind this. I also want to keep in mind the page that it's going to go on. If I was to take some printable here, I might actually tear that down a bit more. In this corner we can use some plain paper like this. So we're just creating interesting layers, shapes, patterns. I will grab another one of these. Some of these have quite a bit of gold acrylic paint in them, so what you can't see is the slight glisten you're getting from the papers. I love how grungy this is coming across. Not sure if it's large enough for what I want, but I also want to introduce some textures. I want to build this up a little bit more. I'm going to use a bit of this one. Also, one way to bring out a contrast is to add some more plain and add some text in there. Down this edge, I'm probably take some of this edging. I'm building and building and building these layers. Let's check how we're doing on the page. We're getting there, look at that. So now we're going to put this down and then decorate once it's down. Something I want to do, I've knocked a bit of black gesso off this, is go in and create a rough scrub, a frame of sorts. Now you're beginning to get the impact of this, I hope. You've got all those different papers, different colours going on, different layers. Then it is just a question of, if you want to, you might like this, adding a bit of extra. I think that could look cute if you pull at these threads a bit. Initially I'm going to glue this on, let that glue dry, and then just do some hand stitching up it. For this I need my Fabri-Tac. throw some stitches through that in a minute. That might be it, but I'll have a look at some words. I don't know if that will detract from that, maybe a little bit, but I kind of like it. We do something like that. If we don't want to lose the white edge, we could draw a white edge in. I can take a paint pen, go slightly off the line, and then create a fake white border. And then I might want a little feature down here. Stitching wise, I'm not going to do anything particularly neat. Hold it in place and then just anywhere, up, down. Doesn't matter if it's wonky. And this side, just trim it up. And that, I think, is the first grungy photo page done. This time I've gone with the vintage photo, stained the edges, but also stained randomly inside. I think the first initial background for this one might be something plain. Again, I will stain those edges and get this one glued to this. I want a background and a whole bit because I want to do that grungy thing again. Don't have to do it too thick if you don't want to. You can do that dry brush effect. This time you could use edging early on, glue it rather than stitch it. But if you have a machine, obviously stitching is quicker then. Now I feel you can start to build up that cluster because you've got your base. Let's take some of this one. It's got that interesting striping effect. I'm fancying a contrast, and you could come in with that bit. And you just need a tiny little something in that corner. There. Awesome. That really didn't take long. Now that's dried a little bit, I'm going to again make a pretend frame. For a feature, you could put on one of Emma's gold frames, quite like at an angle. I think just a little number on that. There. Let that one dry off. Yeah, cool. For this one, I'm going to use some of Emma's Circus papers and a bit of Gelli play and the little boy and go for a different look again. First thing to do is to get all of these down, and I just want to create some kind of circusy themed collage and pop him down. On this page, the next thing I'm going to do is take the white gesso and fade it into each other by dry brushing. While that dries, we're going to put our little cluster together. He is now faded into this design. If I can find a photo frame that will fit him, doesn't have to fit him perfectly. Yep, I like that frame on him. You only see a little bit of that Gelli print on this one. That's okay, it looks like a piece of wallpaper. I'm wondering about doing some kind of wording or number. If I did, I'd do it along there. Could do a share the joy. Might be a bit overcrowded, but I think we'll get away with it. Cut this one, and then I will stain the edges. I will grunge up the actual page. Let's see if I have any more. How about we actually make a journal page with one of the Gelli plate papers. Stain the edges first. There we go. Obviously not tackled the back, that can be done another time. Looking to get something that can be used as a background for a photograph. Have a piece there. Let's get one of the photos. I think you can go really simple with this one. Then we have the kids or the people. I'm wondering about another background as a background to a photo frame. Put a frame around that. Slip the kids as though they're falling out the frame. You could just glue all of that down. You could actually tilt them slightly, and it doesn't even matter that the wallpaper sticks over. It's just more interest, so let's go that way with it. Quite like that. I'm just wondering about a number or a phrase. Could do it so that that comes like that, and then the phrase goes there. A number instead. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. It's a very subtle page, isn't it? I might just do the white gesso again. Where's the white gesso? Yeah, I prefer that. Just go quickly through the designs we've done. This one is the circus theme. It does have some jelly printing behind there. That was a free printable from the Facebook group, as was the frame. This one you missed because I thought I was videoing and I wasn't. A free frame, lots of the jelly printing there. And then that's from the circus kit, the number kit, and a fussy cut flower, all white gessoed over. This one, numbers kit, jelly printing, free frame, and white gessoed over. And then the ones that we started with are grungy ones with the black gesso and the jelly printing background papers. That is 5 quick page decorations that I would put into different journals. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think of the designs in the comments below and which one is potentially your favourite. Do consider subscribing. I do videos about 5 times a week. For the Facebook group, go to the description. There is a link. There are free printables and tutorials, challenges and events going on. And I will see you next time.